The catchphrase, marry me and I'll give you a lot of money, or marry me, I will spoil you with money, and marry me and you will never lack. Marry me, I will buy you a car. Marry me, I will buy you a house. This is the deceit of modern marriages. And it's just similar to when the devil told Christ, what, bow down to me and I'll give you the world. Why must there be, my question to the men is this, why must there be a catch in your offer? Why must I have to do a certain thing to get a certain thing from you? If that love was really genuine, I have never seen a process in which, or I've never seen a law that is as backward as that. The law of sowing and reaping goes in this format, that the seed must be planted before the harvest comes. But in your offer as a man to a woman for marriage, why are you requesting harvest before planting the seed? Why don't you put that thing in my hand first and now wait for your harvest to come, which is my what, compliance to your marriage request? What is even the assurance? Can you do any form of written agreement for me in the presence of a lawyer that what you said, you will never go back on your word? Most likely, most times, most men will run away. Because what? There is no, how do I put it? There is no substance, or there is no weight of sincerity in their words. Women, ladies, women that fall for this every time, whenever a man comes to you as a woman, telling you that, or telling me, when a man comes to me as a woman, telling me that, marry me. Let me tell you all something. The proof of love is giving and in sacrifice. There is no love without sacrifice. Any love that is being done by trade, by barter, is called a transactional marriage, where you are giving me this and I'm giving you that. In love, yes, there is harvest, but it is not done in it is not presented in a transactional manner. Okay, first, women, ladies, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you guys all a question. You guys that always fall for this every time. Why not, okay, fine. If you are agreeing to these terms for the men, why not, okay, I will marry you. But as soon as I marry you, I want to see the money in my account, written and signed in the presence of a lawyer, and also with consequences if those requests, if those words of his or those demands of yours are not made, because those were his words. Why would you agree blatantly to something that is actually trickish, manipulative, and demonic? So, meaning that you must do a certain thing for me before I can do something for you. Where is the love in that? Where is the genuineness and sincerity of that? That is just you guys are just doing what? You people are just doing what? Trade by barter marriage. And in trade by barter marriage, because trade by barter marriage means it's a transaction, which means it's a business, and therefore they should have a marriage partnership agreement written in such cases. Sisters, if a man presents you with that kind of offer, tell him no problem, but first I want to have a marriage partnership agreement where, quote unquote, it's going to be written and signed in the presence of a lawyer that you said that as soon as I marry you, you're going to spoil me with money, and with consequences in that agreement. A marriage partnership agreement that is mutually beneficial to the both parties. That is where you have a proof of a test of sincerity from the man. And you know that you're not being deceived. As a man, you said you love a woman. Why must you present what you know she desires very well? Why must you present that which she is vulnerable with, or her weakness, as a tempting offer to lure her into your home? If you were really genuine, you don't need to place a bait or a catch. If you were truly genuine, as you said you are, or your love is genuine, your love would give first. Your love will sacrifice first. You will be the leader in that union and show the woman your level of loyalty towards her by giving and sacrificing first. Not presenting to her as per, una be business partners. Make I even ask una. Men and women are begging this marriage game. Now business partnership now. If now business partnership una they do, they kukuma sign business partnership agreement that favors the both parties. Love does not ask for harvest before giving a seed. And as a man presenting this kind of offer to a woman, marry me, then I'll spoil you with money. Ask yourself the truth. As in, speak to yourself truthfully from your heart. Is your love really genuine where that woman is? Why are you trying to do a transactional marriage with your wife? I mean, let's actually fulfill the transaction by taking it to a lawyer and having a marriage partnership or a marriage business partnership agreement. Because that is what it is. Why are you expecting a harvest before planting a seed? Which is that you giving her whatever you want to give her, spoiling her with money, whatever you want to do for her. And as a woman, falling for these schemes, anytime you hear a man saying this to you, this is trickery. He's just being trickish. Most of the times, he's not going to fulfill the end of the bargain. When the enemy told Christ, bow down to me and you will rule over the world, the enemy planned to hand over the world to Jesus Christ. He planned to rule over the world with Christ himself. Rule over the world and even rule over Christ. It was never for Christ to rule the world with him. Whatever you bow to becomes your master. Whatever you bow to or accept, you become a slave of. And that is why throughout that marriage, he's going to use that money to oppress you, manipulate you, and enslave you. It is high time we wake up from our dreams and, well, let's say our fantasies or movie selling fantasies. How to avoid being deceived by a man's sweet mouth. Number 1, learn to watch for his patterns and not his promises. The true man is in what he does and not what he says. How has he improved your life of late? Has he done anything to improve your life? Spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, mentally, your health? Is he consistent in the little things? Does he keep his word even on the most insignificant of things like, oh, I'll call you, and he really calls. Oh, I'll be here by this time, and he's actually there. There's something called kindness. Is he actually a kind man from the heart? Like, I'm not talking of when now he's trying to impress you with gifts, luxuries, outings, clothes, dinners, parties, hangouts here and there, trying to win you. I mean, there is something called humanity, a humane kind of kindness. Is he kind when he's not trying to impress you? A man's real character a man's real intention in his heart towards you as a woman is in what he does, not what he preaches. In what he shows, not what he says. In what he acts, not what he wishes he actually does from his mouth. A man's real character is in actions, not a talkative. Number 2, don't let financial promises blind you. Don't fall for the bait of money. I mean, stop falling for the bait of money every time. I mean, how many generations has it been now that it has clearly been revealed? Statistics have shown and proven time and time again that money is used as bait to control, lure, deceive, and manipulate the modern women of today. Even the ancient women back in the day. Stop being deceived by the temptation of luxuries and wealth that might never even reach your hand in the marriage. I know of many married families. I know of many marriages where the man is rich but the woman still wears rags. Where the man is rich but the woman has no access to his wealth. When I mean access, I don't mean squander. The evidence of that wealth, no, they show for her body. I know many marriages and families where the man is wealthy, but the woman is a slave. Don't be used by the words called money. Stop selling your soul. Stop selling your destiny for the sake of money. Stop selling your freedom and your voice and your say for money. Many times over, it does not work. If there is a written agreement on ground, signed by a lawyer, acknowledged by a lawyer, that this money go really enter your hand before the marriage, by all means, enter. But without any agreement written and signed or penned down, my sister, don't be deceived. Don't be blinded. Don't be blindfolded by the luxuries and the flashy things he's showing you. It could even be borrowed. It could even be stolen. You don't even know. Does he even have a steady income? Number 3. Check how he treats other women around him that he does not need to impress. This one will show you the true character of a person. How does he treat female strangers? How does he treat his sisters? How does he treat his mom? How does he treat his colleagues, his female colleagues? How does he treat a waitress that he actually needs nothing from? This will tell you a man that honors and values a woman. A man that only respects and invests in you because he wants the thing in between your legs. Omo, wrong. Fear that man. That is a dangerous breed. A man that honors women in general. His mom, his sister, his family, his female colleagues. No matter the position of the woman in the society, he respects that woman. Is a man that will honor his wife. Watch out for that. Those are red flags. So that some of us, we ignore these red flags. We feel that, I am special. I am the chosen one. So my own will be different. Sister, your own will not be different. The way he treats his mom, his sisters, and every female, both the waitress, female colleagues, will eventually show up in the marriage when all the glitz, the glamour, the illusion has faded from your eyes. You will see him for who he really is. This, both male and female. As a man too, watch how your woman treats other men. You will know. This applies to both the male and female gender. Number 4, do not ignore your intuition. Do not ignore the Holy Spirit, that small still voice inside of you. God always reveals when something is off to the woman. Most times we are blinded. We are lured away into these temptations by our own selfish and evil desires. Why not ask God for money? Why, the same way God bless the man, he can bless you. Why not ask God for your passions or what your passions are in life here? He should reveal them to you, or what your purpose is. The same way he showed the man way, he will show you way. So please listen to that still small voice called the Holy Spirit. Listen to the warnings. Listen to the red flags. Listen to the way your body, your heart, your soul, your mind feels around this man. If your intuition is telling you, or the Holy Spirit is telling you that, run, danger day here, fire day here. Even if nothing is showing danger around you, even if nothing is showing red, everything is just showing green, go. But your spirit, your mind is telling you, say, stop, no. Environment is showing you go. The vibes, the chemistries, go. But your mind, they tell you, say, I'm not comfortable. Something is wrong. Please. Follow that intuition. Follow your spirit so you do not end up regretting it later in life. So that you do not end up a divorcee that you never even planned before the marriage. No one enters a marriage planning to be divorced. Most times we ignore maturity. We ignore self-reflection. Is this thing actually good for me? We ignore the truth that actually lies before our eyes. Number 5, have your own financial strength. As a woman, if you're in lack, if you're financially dependent or desperate, you fall for the temptations, you fall for the temptations, or you fall for the things that men use to lure women. As a woman, if you're financially dependent and desperate, you fall for temptations that lure women into making decisions that they end up regretting in life. When you have your own skills, when you have your own income, when you have your own confidence, when you have your own stability, a man cannot trap you with his promises, with his words. A man cannot lure you into deceit by what he says, because you will always see the lie. Because you are coming from a place of abundance and not desperation. And therefore, you'll be more logical, more clear in your thinking capabilities, or in your thinking faculty, in your mental space of mind. Most times when we are desperate, we make wrong moves, we make wrong decisions that leads to wrong choices. Desperation leads to what? Wrong decisions, wrong moves, and wrong actions. And when you are desperate, you get trapped by a man's lies. Number 6, check his reputation and validation from others. Women that make a lot of mistakes in marriages are women that rely only on what the man tells them. I've been a victim to this one, and it really, it caught up with me so bad, and I wouldn't want it to happen to anyone out there. Don't just believe everything your man tells you. All those men that will come and tell you that my ex-wife was bad, she was the demon of the house, she did this to me, or the lady, she cheated on me. Most times now then they do wicked things to those women. Please, before you enter a marriage, make sure you investigate the man. Most times men even investigate the women they want to marry. I don't know why women will be entering marriages without investigating the personality and the character of the man. But when I mean investigation, ask his friends. His friends might not even tell you the truth. Ask colleagues, ask neighbors, ask people that have nothing to gain from the man, that actually know him. Who is this man really? If what all of them, both maybe the friends that are actually genuine, but almost, I will even advise you going to his friends. Maybe after making all your inquiries, maybe from colleagues, neighbors, and people that know him, that have nothing to gain, but people that know him. After making all your inquiries from these people and your investigations, and the story they tell you about him is the same story he tells you, then you know you're dealing with a real man. If his testimony of himself is consistent with what other people say about him, then you know you have a gem as a man in your hands. I've heard a lot of women most times saying that, my husband deceived me. When I married him, he was not like this. He promised me so thing before marriage, and and now he has not yet done it. Or before marriage, he was so kind to me. He didn't used to beat me. Now he's an abuser. Before marriage, or before he married me, he used to be faithful, loyal. But now he now cheats on me with many women and all those things. Hi, please, ladies, I don't want you to fall for this trap that many women in the past have fallen into. Check the man's reputation and valuation from others. What do other people, how do they call that thing? What do other people have to say about him? Where are his testimonials? In business, there's something called testimonies. What are customers? What are reviews? Okay, make sure you do a review research on the man. If you cannot get the truth from his friends, ask colleagues, ask people around him, ask his neighbors, ask people that have nothing to gain from him. Don't just jump into a marriage based on what the man tells you. Nobody will market his or herself as a bad product. I will never market myself as a bad woman or a bad wife. Never. No man will market himself as a bad man or a bad husband or a bad father. Everybody talks in their dirty side. Everybody always presents what their right foot or their best foot, because obviously they want something from you, which is your yes, I will marry you, or which is open your legs for me. I will never show you my bad side if I want something from you. It's just logic. If I showed you my bad side, you will run. So it's the same thing too. If a man shows you his bad side, that he's a woman beater, he's an abuser, most likely no woman would marry him. The reason why women even married abusers, manipulators, or deceivers, cheaters, abusers of, let's say, domestic violent men, is because no woman actually walked in with her two legs and her eyes open that this is actually a domestic violent man. I want me that they beat me, the partner beats me, or I want me that they cheat on me every day. It was because most of the times, 80 to 90% of the times, those men presented themselves as a good product for the women to buy and accept their marriage proposal. They will hide their bad side. They will never present to you their good they will never present to you their bad side. That is why it is called deception. That is why it is called deceit. It is supposed to look so sweet and so good that you can't resist it, but say yes to the offer. Please open your eyes. Make sure you do background checks on the man you're involved with. Ask his colleagues, who is this man really? I made these mistakes in my own relationships in the past, and I wouldn't want any woman out there or advise anybody to make that same mistakes I did. Make your own background investigation. Those that are divorcees, most times I've never seen a man that has actually said that the reason why my wife left me was because I was bad. Even if I've met, I think, one, the 98% of the times the blame is always the woman that caused the divorce. But if you look inside, if you go and ask that woman, if you ask his ex-wife, what is she go tell you? Go bust your brain. It will bust your medulla. That so this man could actually act like this, but he will keep all those things hidden just to lure you into being with him. Number 7, request for a marriage partnership agreement before entering a marriage with any man. An agreement that covers financial responsibilities on the man's side, shared contributions in that marriage, roles clearly defined of what the man will be doing, what the woman will be doing, signed and acknowledged by a lawyer, with consequences if the man fails on his part, with consequences if the woman fails on her part. The marriage institution needs to have laws. The marriage institution needs to have a partnership agreement, because what the modern marriage is today is business. There is nothing you will tell me. It is business and oppression and slavery that goes on in the modern marriages of today. So, if we're having businesses in marriage now, if we're having oppression and slavery right now in marriages, in the quote of understanding wife or submissive wife, because submission does not equal slavery. A submissive partner is different from a slaved woman. Those are two different things. A partner is not a slave. A wife is a helper. Never was did the Bible, did God say, never was it said that she was a slave. So, request for a marriage partnership agreement, signed, acknowledged by a lawyer, that has actually financial responsibilities, shared responsibilities between the man and the woman, contributions, everything about that marriage clearly defined before entering, with consequences both on the male and the female, should anyone fail. If this message has transformed you in any way possible right now, I want you to click the link in my bio, or you check the description down below and join the Lion's Fane. The Lion's Fane, access is free. The Lion's Fane is where I drop more in-depth teachings like this, and also where we rise together as women, where we rise against all odds, conquering the limitations and the norms that the society has placed on the modern women that is limiting their growth. If you have been blessed by this message, you can support me by sowing a seed to this channel, or by sowing a seed that helps push this message out there to as many women as possible, so that many women can actually know how the steps to take, how to recognize when a man is doing sweet mouth for them, and to run for their lives. Thank you very much, and God bless. God bless you. See you in my next video, guys. Bye. I love you. I'm Kaka, your Levitical artist. Bye.